What's up, riders? So for today's video, I'm going to be covering 10 tips for new riders. This is just kind of things that I've learned over the past couple weeks of learning how to ride and stuff. And yeah, I just want to share this with you guys, and hopefully it'll keep you guys safer. And so, new rider tip number 1. First things first is you guys should not be riding with music. Trust me, I understand vibing out to your favorite Sabrina Carpenter song or Taylor Swift is super fun while you're out there just enjoying the ride and stuff, but I'm telling you guys right now, as a new rider, there's a lot of things you guys should be focusing on. And oh, do you guys see that? I gave you the head tap. That's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, guys. So riding without music, it'll help you guys kind of focus on stuff, and yeah, just keep you guys focused on the road. So new rider tip number 2 is always ride with both hands, guys. I know depending on what kind of bike you guys have, maybe you may get a little bit of hand fatigue and all that stuff. Or maybe you're just kind of cruising, you've been riding for a really long time, and you know, you just feel comfortable riding with one hand. But let me tell you right now, the one time you least expect it, when you're riding with one hand, is the one time that you're going to get into an accident. So please, guys, ride with both hands on the bike at all times. New rider tip number 3 is going to be target fixation is a real thing. Especially when you're going through turns and stuff. If you guys have taken any of those MSF courses or anything, you know, you really want to focus on looking into the turn. So that's one thing you guys need to practice on. I've seen a lot of videos online, obviously, of you know, new riders target fixating a little bit too hard. I'm gonna make a left turn here real quick. And yeah, it gets a lot of new bikers in trouble. So focus on where you're going when you're riding and don't target fixate. Alright, new rider tip number 4. That is going to be riding within your comfort zone, right? So I know as a new rider, you're really out there, you're trying to learn things really fast. Maybe you got some new buddies that really enjoy doing canyon rides or something, but you guys really need to focus on riding within your comfort zone. If you feel like you need to just ride around the block a couple of times, just around your neighborhood, just to feel comfortable before you actually get out on the streets and stuff, please do so. There are too many riders out there, including myself in all honesty too, that kind of, you know, wanted to rush things and go a little bit faster than what my skill level was at. So please ride within your guys' comfort zone. For new rider tip number 5, you guys need to ride with your gear. I know a lot of you guys have seen some cool riders out there that wearing tank tops, showing out their tattoos, whatever it may be, with like 0 gear. That's just not safe, obviously. It only takes one time to get into that accident to realize, wow, I probably should have wore my gear. Maybe I wouldn't have half of my skin gone from that crash if I would have wore my gear. So please, I know it's maybe inconvenient depending on where you're at in the world, temperature-wise, you know, maybe it's too hot, whatever, but you guys need to wear your gear. Rider tip number 6, always assume that you are in danger, okay? Anytime I'm out here riding, I'm always expecting, like, let's say for this turn, for example, I'm expecting that maybe there's some sort of car accident right around this corner. You know, you just never know what's going to happen on these roads. If you're coming up in an intersection, maybe there's a car that may not see you. A really good example right now is you see this car right in front of me. You guys should be able to see there's like a fender hanging off or something, right? For all I know, that thing could pop right off, maybe fall right in my pathway, and then cause an accident, you know what I mean? So you guys should always be on the alert and make sure you're aware of your surroundings and just kind of always expect some sort of danger or some sort of threat when you guys are riding. New rider tip number 7. Don't ride in the middle of the lanes, whether that's you're riding in the streets or you're riding on the highway and stuff. I'm sure you guys have heard, riding in the middle of the lane, a lot of the oil and stuff from the vehicles kind of gets stuck in the middle, right? So it's pretty much like a road hazard. Also, you want to ride in a position that the vehicles in front of you can see you, right? So technically, like right now, I'm in like lane position 1, right? So I'm in, the vehicle in front of me can see me both in their rear view mirror and on the side mirrors, right? So please make sure you guys are paying attention to where you're positioning yourself at when it comes to motorcycle riding, as well as when you're doing your turns too. Okay, new rider tip number 8. Biker waves are super cool, right? We always want to say what's up to each other, you know, just making sure we're all paying attention and just giving a friendly greeting. But if that's going to distract you from being able to ride safe, then you need to focus on riding safe, right? So please, again, biker wave is cool, but not cool if you're going to crash. New rider tip number 9. As you guys can see, I have my cool little custom orange visor to match, my helmet visor to match my bike. During the day, it's super helpful. It obviously reflects like the sun and stuff and kind of helps my vision. But at nighttime, if you're wearing like a dark shaded visor, that's just not safe. You know, it kind of hinders your visibility. You want to try to ride with a clear visor if you know you're going to be riding at night. It'll just help you out as a new rider, you know, increase your safety and just overall awareness at night. And then for new rider tip number 10, this is the simplest one, guys. Just have fun. The whole point of riding a motorcycle is just really be in the moment. You know what I mean? And when you're riding or when you're driving in a vehicle, it's kind of hard to just kind of be present. A lot of people are on their phones or just kind of just zoned out. It's a lot easier to zone out when you're riding in a vehicle. But the whole point of just being on a motorcycle is just being present in the world. You know what I mean? Like I'm out here on a nice sunny day. I'm about to hit my little canyon rides that I usually do. And this is the whole reason why I bought a bike, was just to have fun.